Live at 5, Governor Walz pushes for police reform, and now local lawmakers are reacting. Plus, today marks 100 days since President Joe Biden was sworn into office, what he's accomplished, and what still needs to get done. And tensions are rising between the U.S. and Canada over the future of oil as Michigan's governor calls for a major pipeline to be shut down. And later, football fans, get ready. The NFL draft is back. What you should expect ahead of tonight's picks.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at downtown Duluth, where we saw a lot of sunshine today. While the day started off a little bit rainy for most folks, the sun sure is out now. And Dave will join us in a few minutes with your full forecast. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. As the end of Minnesota's legislative session nears, the governor and DFL lawmakers are dialing up pressure to pass police accountability proposals. Several proposals, including limiting no-knock warrants and changing how police should approach traffic stops. If someone dies in police custody, it would also require body camera video to be released within 2 days of the incident. But with just weeks left in the session, lawmakers are no closer to a deal. Governor Walz vowed to use his platform to push for change.
The work that we have and the potential that we have to show the rest of the country where potential change can come, where we can bring folks together to make sure that if a young man like Dante Wright is stopped, that he doesn't die for that traffic violation, and we figure out ways.
The House has passed all of the proposals already in a big budget bill. Some House members and senators will have their first meeting Monday to hash things out between the chambers. Northland lawmakers are sharing their thoughts on the Walz administration's call for action on police reform. CBS3's Emma Quinn heard from lawmakers from both parties. Emma, what did they have to say?
Kristen, I spoke with State Senator Jen McEwen, who represents the Duluth area, and she says she fully supports the Walz administration's call for police reform, but she says it's up to the Republican-led Senate to enact change, as the House is already on board. McEwen says with 2 weeks left in the legislative session, it's concerning the Senate hasn't made any effort to pass police reform within Minnesota. The legislature passed a police accountability bill in July 2020. At the time, she says, Senate Majority Leader Paul Gazelka said more efforts would be made. McEwen says Republicans have not followed through on that promise.
I just don't think they get it. I have concerns that they are just not understanding the urgency of the crisis that many of our communities are in with law enforcement.
Senate Majority Leader Paul Gazelka said in a press conference today he's proud of the police accountability reform bill passed last year, calling it one of the most comprehensive reform bills. He says he's willing to consider some of the provisions in the new bill, but said there are some things that they're not willing to pass.
We're not going to do changes that prevent law enforcement officers from intervening. We know that they have to intervene to do their job and stop crime, and we're not going to remove qualified immunity. There's a number of people that have...
Gazelka also says his main priority for the end of this legislative session is ending the governor's emergency powers and getting Minnesota open, hoping to get the economy up and running after COVID-19. Both parties did say any reform that happens needs to be bipartisan. Some policy reforms which have been discussed include reevaluating traffic stops, getting rid of no-knock warrants, and banning officers from being in white supremacy groups.
All right, Emma Quinn in the newsroom for us tonight. Thanks, Emma. A North Carolina community is in mourning after a man killed his mother, stepfather, 2 sheriff's deputies, and then himself in a standoff in Boone. Police say the heartbreaking episode began yesterday morning when Sergeant Chris Ward and K-9 Deputy Logan Fox were dispatched to a home in Boone. The homeowner and his family hadn't reported to work and weren't answering the phone. The 2 officers were ambushed and shot after they went into the house. Law enforcement officers from multiple agencies surrounded the home. Neighbors were evacuated or ordered to shelter in place, and an hours-long standoff ensued.
This is not going to be a good couple of days.
No, it's not. We're just going to have to take it one step at a time and go from there. And, you know, we'll be okay, but we're not okay.
According to authorities, it appears the suspect also killed himself. His name has not been released. Disputes over oil pipelines continue to raise tension between the U.S. and Canada. Months after President Joe Biden canceled the Keystone XL pipeline project, a showdown over a second crude oil pipeline threatens to further strain ties between the two neighbors. Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer has set a May 12th deadline for Canadian energy company Enbridge to shut down its Line 5. That pipeline delivers oil from Alberta to refineries in the U.S., including in Wisconsin. Whitmer agrees with environmentalists who consider the pipeline an environmental hazard. Canadian officials say closing the pipeline would hurt the economy and cost jobs in both countries. President Biden hit the road to Georgia to mark 100 days in office. The trip kicks off a 10-day multi-state blitz by administration officials to sell the president's latest policy plans for infrastructure and American families. Deborah Alfarone reports from the White House.
On his 100th day in office, the president and first lady went to Georgia, where they visited former President Jimmy Carter and his wife Rosalind. Later, President Biden will hold a drive-in rally where he'll tout his administration's accomplishments on the pandemic. He'll also push for his latest multi-trillion-dollar proposals, the American Jobs Plan for infrastructure and the American Families Plan to expand access to child care and education. In Baltimore, Vice President Kamala Harris marked the 100th day touring a vaccine site.
American aspiration is how we got to more than 200 million shots in arms in less than 100 days.
The president's trip came a day after he gave a major address to a joint session of Congress in which he promised bipartisanship and unity.
We can do whatever we set our minds to if we do it together.
We are all united around what the president put forth last night. It was an agenda for the people.
Congressional Democrats praised the president's words while some Republicans pushed back.
I was disappointed in President Biden's speech. It's been a very radical agenda.
In 2 weeks, the president will host his first meeting with all 4 top House and Senate party leaders. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
Tomorrow, President Biden is scheduled to travel to Philadelphia, where he'll mark Amtrak's 50th anniversary and discuss his infrastructure plans. On the same day, Vice President Harris will travel to Ohio. Well, here's a look at Brighton Beach in Duluth on this pleasant Thursday. And Dave, you know what makes it even more pleasant?
Kristen?
It's Friday Eve.
Yeah, that's a good point. That does make it much more pleasant.
It didn't start out as nice of a day, but it sure ended up beautiful.
Well, that's for some towns.
Okay, in my opinion.
I'll prove my point with the radar here in just a bit, but let's start by looking at the rainfall that did come this morning, and it really wasn't that much. The big winners at around a tenth were Aiken, Ely, and Ashland. The biggest winner, a third of an inch towards Ironwood, but places like Hibbing, only a trace. But that trace may be added on to because that low pressure system still got a little lobe of precip running through northern Minnesota right now, and that may cross the lake into the UP as the night goes on. So there's still some sprinkles out there. Some towns still holding on to sunshine, others getting the return engagement of a little bit of light rain activity, but that should go away by tomorrow. Tonight becoming partly cloudy again, and then tomorrow mostly sunny and 55 degrees. Very similar to today's temperatures, but we're still expecting to go into the 70s on Saturday. I'll talk about if that'll last or go away rapidly coming up in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, calling all aspiring filmmakers. There's a new documentary making workshop in Chisholm. City by City is next. And tonight at 6, even though people are getting vaccinated, some patients are being closely watched. They're known as COVID-19 long haulers. At 6, we hear from a doctor who explains what they know about COVID long haulers. And at 10 o'clock tonight, CBS 3's Jenna Wells shares one woman's story who has been dealing with COVID symptoms for months.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki. And weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, Local, CBS 3. CBS 3 News is brought to you by Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
The world changed in an instant, but at MediaCom, we were ready. And as internet traffic increased, we never slowed down. Schools and businesses went virtual, and we powered a new reality. For more than 20 years, we've been building a future-ready network to keep you ahead of it all. And now, Mediacom will be among the first to take you to 10G. We're making the next giant leap forward in internet technology and taking you further than you can imagine.
Go on, get off the ladder and place it back where you found it. The days of dangerous climbs are over. Gutter Helmet provides year-round protection, preventing buildup of debris, keeping your gutters clear and free-flowing. With its heavy-duty support brackets and exclusive helmet heat ice reduction system, Gutter Helmet's been designed to withstand the harshest weather conditions. Get Gutter Helmet, America's #1 choice for gutter protection, and never clean your gutters again.
What inspires the owners of the Breeze Inn? It's their passion for good food, good drinks, and good people. The good times start at the Breeze Inn. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 12 to 9. The Breeze Inn, Jean Duluth Road, Duluth.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Clausen with St. Luke's Obstetrics and Gynecology Associates. Being a mom has made me understand what it's like to be a patient. Seeing the smile on patients' faces when you've delivered care that is life-altering for them, or delivering their firstborn child, there's nothing better. From the physicians to the patients to the families to the support staff, patients are cared for at St. Luke's in a team approach, with the patient being the head of the team.
People separate Duluth from the Iron Range. We're so intertwined. The Iron Range is good for Duluth, and Duluth is good for the Iron Range. We might be far up north, but we're an integral part of the state's economy and the state's history.
Kristen Vaki, reliable news for the Iron Range.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, weeknights on CBS.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from I-35 in West Duluth. Things are really greening up there. Dave will be in with this week's forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. An active way to wind down on the Iron Range and an innovative summer learning opportunity for students and faculty in Wisconsin. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. Starting on the Iron Range, aspiring filmmakers in Chisholm can develop their skills through a 9-week documentary film production workshop offered by the Minnesota Discovery Center. The goal of the course is to empower Iron Rangers in shaping culture. And by the way, the instructor for this course is an award-winning filmmaker. Equipment will be provided, and we have more information on our website. Over to Virginia now, where the Alcott Park Greenhouse is offering free yoga this Saturday at 9 a.m. The 1-hour-long yoga session is sponsored by the Virginia Parks and Rec Department. They ask you to bring your own mat and yoga props. It is a free class, but you must pre-register by noon tomorrow. Ending in Superior tonight, the University of Wisconsin Schools announced a summer learning opportunity for students and faculty. The system's Spark Symposium virtual series consists of 14 events focused on research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. The series will showcase research projects and help students explore STEM internship opportunities. It runs from May to August. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, after getting wiped out last year, the Wisconsin State Fair is coming back. The safety protocols they'll have in place.
Today's high temperature, 60 degrees at the airport in Duluth, and normal's 56. Tomorrow's temperatures will be very similar, but Saturday's still expected to slide into the 70s. But that slide may not linger long. We'll talk about when it'll cool down again, coming up right after the break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
At Ralph Eye Care Specialists, we help your family see well. We check your child's need for glasses, and we screen for problems which are best treated early in life. We test your parents for diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma. These often have no early symptoms, so regular eye exams are important. And we care for you, providing routine and emergency care for your lifetime. Call now to schedule an appointment at Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
0% financing is back on any new 2021 Prius at Cary Toyota in Superior during the month of April. Or enjoy 0.9% financing on the 2021 RAV4, Avalon, Camry, or Camry Hybrid, as well as 0.9% financing on the Corolla family. Rule the road in a new Supra with low 1.9% financing. Also available for new Highlander and Highlander Hybrid and the all-new Venza and Sienna. Inventory is shrinking fast, so hurry to Cary Toyota in Superior to kickstart your 2021 summer driving pleasure. Voted Best Car Dealer 22 times.
Find your style with Patriot Lighting. Come check out Menard's great selection of outdoor lighting and brighten your home today. Choose from more than 1,300 outdoor lights, including wall lights, path lights, decorative lighting, and much more. The Santa Fe outdoor wall light gives a classic look, while this Temple outdoor wall light adds timeless elegance. Find your style and save 11% on all outdoor Patriot Lighting now at Menard's.
Save big money at Menards.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
Order your 2022 Polaris snowmobile now from Duluth Lawn and Sports.
Saving a life is easy with Memorial Blood Centers. Donating blood is essential for health care and the health of our community, especially during a pandemic. To schedule an appointment or learn more, call 1-888-448-3253 or visit mbc.org.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by Cary Toyota. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Temperatures this time of year in spring sure are a change from what we had just a month ago. Getting up into the 50s, even 60s today. Just a hair warmer than normal for a lot of towns. Top temp made it to 58 International Falls, 59 for Hibbing, and 60 at Duluth International, 63 for Moose Lake, and 62 in Hayward. Also 62 for Ashland and Grand Marais by the lake even. 60 in Watersmeet, just a bit cooler, 54 in Ironwood. Temperatures tomorrow, going to go about the same distance, but come Saturday, we are going to push up into the 70s. I think the range will go 70 to 75. But as early as Sunday, we'll already drop it down to 50, so it won't last. And it may not come back again in the next 7 days. Here's what's come right now. At the airport in Duluth, we're reporting 60 degrees. Relative humidity 36%, a bit low. Can't keep it that way forever or we start facing fire dangers again. Westerly northwesterly winds gusting to 15 miles per hour and may run the range of 10 to 20 overnight here tonight. 29.92, 1,013 millibars. Barometric pressure reading classic right in the middle, textbook perfectly normal air pressure. We'll call it a little bit on the higher side since most of us have at least a little bit of blue sky to look at. Well, on the cool side right now we have Watersmeet at 47, but it is 54 in Ironwood. Over towards Wisconsin, it gets warmer. Current temps are running 59 to 62 in that part of the country, including a 61 in Superior. East Central Minnesota is running from 59 to 63 degrees. Up the North Shore, upper 50s to lower 60s. Iron Range numbers are in the upper 50s, at least on the Mesabi. The Vermilion is more like the lower 50s, and 50s what we have towards International Falls. Low temps tonight could dip into the 20s, inland Minnesota, otherwise lower 30s probably for many of the rest of us. Doppler map. Okay, low pressure system came through this morning and it brought some rain showers. That first wave is already exiting the upper peninsula, but the second wave around the backside of the circulation of the low center to our north is indeed bringing some sprinkles right now to northern Minnesota. And the best chance for them to survive the lake is in the upper peninsula, though we can see the Bayfield Peninsula there is getting a little bit of sprinkle activity right now as well. But it's really nothing major at all. And then that low pressure system should be gone by tomorrow. Higher pressure settles in to make Friday dry and sunny. Another low pressure system, a trough farther to the west though, could bring showers Friday night into Saturday morning, just like we saw this morning. But then in turn, Saturday itself goes to the sunny side and the warm side with those 70s coming to call. How much rain then by early Saturday morning? Just like today, it looks like a trace to about a 1/10 inch, so that's nothing major either. Now tonight, temperature-wise, Minnesota, they were running from 27 to 35 with a partly cloudy sky. Wisconsin and Michigan should be in the lower 30s, partly cloudy for Wisconsin, but showers may make it over towards the UP. Tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan, 52 to 57, sunny sky. Minnesota numbers, about 52 to 57 as well with sunshine. And with the extended forecast here, there's a 30% chance for morning showers Saturday, but then sunny and 73 for the rest of the day. Enjoy it while you can because it becomes cloudy, rainy, and only 50 by Sunday, and then we stay in the 50s the rest of the week ahead, Kristen.
Well, you're delivering all the good news tonight with all that sunshine for the majority of folks in our area.
Well, that's one way to look at it, although I can't keep the temperatures up too long.
Well, that's all right. We'll take the sunshine, I think.
Right.
Thanks, Dave. After more than a year of canceled events and layoffs, the deck is hiring once again. Here's a live look at the Duluth Entertainment and Convention Center, which permanently laid off almost 400 people last fall. They recently announced they plan to hire 21 part-time positions and 2 full-time positions. Deck leaders say they hope to prioritize former employees. Deck leaders did not immediately share plans for when or if they may hire back more positions, but they did say the number of events is increasing, and the William A. Irvin will be back open for tours soon. And speaking of opening back up, the Wisconsin State Fair is preparing to return this summer. The pandemic wiped out the event last year for the first time in 75 years. Organizers said they are preparing to have more health and safety protocols in place. Mask and vaccine requirements, along with rapid COVID testing, have also been discussed. The State Fair is planned for August 5th through the 15th. It's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets. And today's pet comes to us from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing. Meet Bentley James. He is a Terrier Shepherd mix with tan and white coloring. At about 9 years old, he has a very gentle soul. His eyes aren't what they used to be, and he needs help putting on some weight. So Bentley James needs someone who can give him lots of love and attention. If you're looking for an old buddy to settle down with, he is the dog for you. Look at that sweet face. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Bentley James, then you can call the number on your screen. Let's get that boy adopted. Still to come, football fans, get ready a look inside the NFL draft experience and claims of the tobacco industry targeting the black community, why civil rights groups are celebrating the FDA's newest push.
Hello from DBS Repair, your local experts in all things basement-y. Since 2012, we've helped thousands of cabin and homeowners in Minnesota and Wisconsin. We specialize in basement waterproofing, foundation and structural repair, concrete lifting and leveling, whole home energy, nasty crawl spaces, and basement finishing too. If you have a wet basement, moldy crawl space, or sunken concrete, our team of experts have the trusted solutions to help. Call DBS today for all things basement-y.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time. Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you.
Welcome to Delicious.
Summer's almost here, and with Renewal by Andersen, when you buy more, you save more. Receive 20% off your window and door project, including installation, plus an additional $100 off each unit when you purchase 4 or more windows or patio doors, or $150 off each unit when you purchase 8 or more. With no money down, no payments, and no interest financing for 12 months, that's like getting free windows for a year. Call before April 30th to book your free, no-contact virtual consultation, or visit us at northlandrba.com.
Let me tell you something. I wouldn't be here if I thought reverse mortgages took advantage of any American senior. Or worse, that it was some way to take your home.
Learn how homeowners are strategically using a reverse mortgage loan to cover expenses, pay for health care, preserve your portfolio, and so much more.
A reverse mortgage loan isn't some kind of trick to take your home. It's a loan, like any other. Big difference is how you pay it back.
Find out how reverse mortgages really work with AAG's free no-obligation reverse mortgage guide.
With a reverse mortgage, you can pay whatever you can when it works for you. Or you can wait and pay it off in one lump sum when you leave your home.
Discover the option that's best for you. Call today and find out more.
I'm proud to be a part of AAG. I trust them. I think you can too.
Call 800-661-0308.
Coming up Friday on CBS3 this morning, we're learning more about COVID long haulers, those still dealing with COVID symptoms months after diagnosis.
And we've got a nice end of the week, sunshine and above average temperatures, even warmer on Saturday.
So wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, weeknights on CBS.
The countdown to the 2021 NFL Draft has begun. It starts tonight and is being held in Cleveland this year. The city is bracing for thousands of fans to pour into town, and a host of attractions surrounding the draft will be held at First Energy Stadium. The NFL Draft experience is set to host up to 50,000 fans each day in and around the stadium. Most of the space is open to all fans with a free ticket, but about 4,000 to 5,000 fans will be allowed in a special vaccinated fans area, rewarded with a closer look at the NFL Draft stage.
We want as many fans as possible to experience our event, especially in a COVID world where capacities are a concern. This is the biggest campus we can get, so this is where we wanted to be.
The first round kicks off at 7 p.m. tonight. There are 7 rounds in all, and the draft is set to end on Saturday. Anti-smoking groups are celebrating the FDA's newest push to ban menthol cigarettes, and so are civil rights groups who say the tobacco industry has targeted the black community for decades. Nancy Chen reports from New York.
The Food and Drug Administration says banning menthol cigarettes will save hundreds of thousands of lives. The agency announcing it will try again to end sales of the mint-flavored tobacco that is most popular among black smokers.
Today's news is absolutely huge.
Del Monte Jefferson's health nonprofit has pushed for a ban for more than 30 years, saying the tobacco industry targets communities of color. 85% of black smokers buy menthol.
Menthol is cooler, it's soother. It makes the tobacco poison, go down easier because it's not as harsh. And without menthol in cigarettes, a lot of African Americans have said that they would quit smoking in general.
The FDA also proposed a ban on menthol and fruit-flavored cigars, which are popular with young people.
Menthol is the only flavored cigarette that's still available in the U.S. Anti-smoking advocates say the minty taste makes it easier to get addicted and harder to quit.
More than a third of all cigarettes sold in the U.S. are menthol, and tobacco companies were quick to respond. Reynolds American, maker of Newport cigarettes, saying published science does not support regulating menthol cigarettes differently from non-menthol. But health advocates say the ban is long overdue.
If we are going to truly advance black health, African American access to full and healthy lives, we have to take actions like these that specifically deliver that opportunity.
The FDA plans to introduce the new regulations in the coming year and ask for public comment. But facing legal challenges, the ban could still be years away. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
Criminal justice groups warn a menthol ban could trigger criminal penalties disproportionately on people of color. But the FDA says law enforcement will target the marketplace, not individual consumers. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu will take you right into summer. With out-of-this-world brownie batter, iconic drumstick with peanuts, plus favorites like cotton candy, raspberry fudge bliss, and an all-new lineup for all the summer you crave. The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu. Summer's best moments are just one bite away. DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
The View at Bluestone is leasing studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments for August 1st. With beautiful apartments featuring custom wood cabinets, oversized windows and balconies, and an array of luxury amenities, we'd love to have you here with us. We're excited to show you our progress. Schedule a hard hat tour today at viewatbluestone.com.
At UCare, we've been all around Minnesota, and some of the people we meet are anxiously looking into Medicare options for the first time. Well, UCare Medicare Advantage plans are a great place to start. Most plans include Part D prescription drug coverage and come with lots of extras. It's part of what makes UCare the #1 Medicare Advantage plan in Minnesota for individuals. And lastly, don't worry. We're always here to decomplicate if you ever need us. UCare, people-powered health plans.
Coming up tonight at 6, a local nonprofit is honored with a national award for how they helped a neighborhood through 2020's ups and downs. Plus, Michigan's governor challenges residents to get vaccinated in hopes of getting things back to normal.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel, weekday mornings on CBS.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Thursday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. As the end of Minnesota's legislative session nears, the governor and DFL lawmakers are dialing up pressure to pass police accountability proposals. Local lawmakers from both sides of the aisle say any reform that happens needs to be bipartisan. And tonight at 6, a Duluth nonprofit is being honored with a national award recognizing how they helped a local neighborhood through 2020's biggest challenges. At 6, we hear from the driving forces behind that support to find out why helping their neighbors was so important to them. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.